So today's look cost me €33.62 to create, and if you'd like to see how I did it, then just keep watching. I'm starting off with this brow kit. Now I love this. Not only does it have the tools that you need, it also has quite a big mirror, so it's perfect for travel. So I'm just taking the lightest shade in the kit and I'm using this to fill in and shape my brows. I'm going to start off with my base first, and I'm taking this foundation here. It's in the shade Fair/Light, and I believe this is the lightest shade we have available here in Ireland, but to my knowledge over in the States there are 3 lighter shades, and one of those would probably be more ideal for my skin. This one's slightly too dark, but nothing bringing it down your neck can't solve. The formulation of this product is gorgeous. It's a medium to full coverage foundation, but I still find the finish it gives, it allows your skin to still look like skin, which I think is quite unusual for a full coverage foundation. And if you're looking for a budget foundation, definitely check this one out. I'm taking it across the eye area as well because I'm not going to be using an eyeshadow primer. I've just applied foundation and then I'm taking a little bit of powder and packing it on top, and this will act as our base for our shadows. So I'm using the Comfort Zone eyeshadow palette for today's makeup, and I've already 2 tutorials using this palette which I'll leave linked below if you've missed those. So I'm taking the first brow bone highlight and I'm using this underneath the arch of my brow, blending it out and then applying it around the tear duct of the eye as well. Next I'm going to go in with this peachy coppery eyelid shade, and I'm doing just that. I'm applying it halfway across the eyelid using patting motions to avoid any fallout. I'm going to slightly tone down that peachy shade by applying this brow bone shade just straight on top of it, again using patting motions, and I'm just using the same brush too, but I flipped it over. For the remaining half of the eyelid, I'm taking this black eyeshadow, and it has really nice gold and lime green flecks in it. So I'm just using that on the outer portion of the eye, again using patting motions to give a nice even coverage. Marking out our shape now, I'm using the lower lash line and end of my brow as a guide, and I'm pulling the colour upwards. Once I've that line mapped out, then I'm going to pull the shadow in from that line into the crease. I'm going in with a transition colour next, so I'm using this brown, and I'm taking it on a fluffy blending brush into the crease of the eye, and I'm just applying it over where we've applied that black, and I'm wriggling my brush back and forth to disperse the colour. To add some depth to the makeup look, I'm taking this definer shade and I'm using it on a more precise blending brush, and I'm using it in the most hollow part of my crease, and then I'm going to go back in with the first blending brush we used with the brown, and I'm just going to go back and forth again just to soften the edges. Now you could stop here if you wanted, but I'm going to intensify the look a little more using a liquid liner, and I'm applying it to the upper lash line and I'm going to wing it out into a nice cat eye. If you haven't seen my tutorial on how to create a perfect cat eye, then I'll leave it linked below and you can check that out. Then once I've got my cat eye sorted, I'm going to bring the black eyeshadow halfway down along the lower lash line, and then to open up the eyes a little, I'm taking that first brow bone highlight shade and I'm filling that in the rest of the way across the lower lash line. To finish off the eye makeup look, I'm taking a mascara and I'm applying a couple of coats to my top and bottom lashes. Now I already have my foundation on, so I'm going to go in now and powder the skin. And this is a really nice powder as well. It's not too heavy and I can get away with wearing it even though my skin is quite dry. So I'm just applying this all over the face to set that foundation in place. To add some colour back to the skin, I'm taking this bronzer here and I'm just applying this kind of as a contour into the hollows of my cheeks, and then I'm going to slightly buff it up onto the apples of my cheeks because I'm not going to go in with the blush colour. Then I'm going to go back in with the first brow bone highlight and I'm using this on the tops of my cheeks to add a nice glow to that area. I decided to go for a red lip, so I'm taking this lip liner here And again, this is another favourite product of mine. It's really big for starters, which can be a problem as well as being brilliant. It's kind of hard to store, but I don't mind that too much. It's $1.99 and the product is so creamy and so pigmented, and it's really long lasting as well. So I lined my lips with the lip liner and then I filled them in, and then I'm taking this gorgeous red velvet red lipstick and I'm applying this over top of the liner. And then that completes your look. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful and easy to follow. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up, commenting and subscribing, and I'll see you all in my next video.